Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and we're glad that you're here with us with the Science and Technology channel.
Yep. And we are talking about a health issue today. So,
Again, from this morning,
another health issue. Yep. Here we go.
A one-week mind-body retreat led to consistent changes in the brain and at the molecular level that were associated with greater resilience, reduced pain, and improved recovery from stress. Researchers at the University of California, San Diego report that a short, intensive retreat combining several mind-body practices, including meditation and healing exercises, led to fast and widespread changes in brain activity and blood biology. This research was published in Communications Biology on November 6, 2025. Would you like to know more?
The team found that the program activated natural psychological systems linked to brain plasticity, metabolism, immune function, and pain regulation. The study offers new evidence that mental and physiological, is am I pronouncing that right?
Psychological. The other one was physiological.
Psychological practices can produce measurable effects on physical health. Meditation and other mind-body approaches have been used across cultures for thousands of years to support health and well-being, yet the biological mechanisms behind these practices have remained largely unclear.
This new research, part of a multi-million-dollar initiative funded by the Inner Science Research Fund, is the first to systematically measure the biological impact of combining multiple mind-body techniques over a brief, concentrated period.
Okay, we got a quote here. We've known for years that practices like meditation can influence health, but what's striking is that combining multiple mind-body practices into a single retreat produced changes across so many biological systems that we could measure directly in the brain and blood. That's according to senior study author Hemal H. Patel, PhD, professor of anesthesiology at the UC San Diego School of Medicine, and research career scientist at the Veterans Affairs San Diego Healthcare System. Okay, going on with a quote, this isn't about just stress relief or relaxation. This is about fundamentally changing how the brain engages with reality and quantifying these changes biologically, unquote.
The study involved 20 healthy adults, 20, who took part in a 7-day residential program led by neuroscience educator and author Jose Dispenza, DC. I don't know what that doctor or something. The retreat included daily lectures about 33 hours of guided meditation and group healing sessions. These activities followed an open-label placebo model, meaning participants were aware that the healing practices were presented as placebos, defined as procedures or treatments without an active medical ingredient that can still produce real effects through expectation, social connection, and shared experience.
Before and after the retreat, participants had their brains scanned using functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, an approach that measures brain activity in real time. The researchers also used blood testing to measure changes in metabolic activity, immune activation, and other biological functions.
The researchers observed several major changes after the retreat. Brain network changes. Meditation practice during the retreat lowered activity in brain regions linked to constant internal thought, resulting in more streamlined and efficient brain function overall.
Enhanced neuroplasticity. When researchers exposed laboratory-grown neurons to blood plasma collected after the retreat, the brain cells developed long extensions and formed additional connections indicating increased capacity for neural growth.
I wonder how they introduced the plasma to the laboratory-grown neurons. Okay, so they collected the plasma and then they took these neurons in a petri dish and put the plasma in there. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Metabolic shifts. Cells treated with post-retract plasma showed higher levels of glycolytic or sugar-burning metabolism, reflecting a metabolic state that is more flexible and better able to adapt to changing demands.
Natural pain relief. After the retreat, participants had higher blood levels of endogenous
Yep.
opioids. Wow. The body's own pain relieving compounds, suggesting activation of natural pain control systems. Interesting.
Immune activation. Meditation led to simultaneous increases in both inflammatory and anti-inflammatory immune signals, pointing to a balanced and adaptive immune response rather than simple immune suppression or stimulation.
Gene and molecular signaling changes. Analysis of blood samples revealed shifts in small RNA and gene activity following the retreat, especially in biological pathways connected to brain function.
Participants also completed the Mystical Experience Questionnaire, MEQ 30, not making that up, to assess whether they had a mystical experience during meditation, characterized by profound feelings of unity, transcendence, and altered states of consciousness. Average MEQ scores increased significantly after the retreat, rising from 2.37 before the retreat to 3.02 afterwards. I guess that's significant. Higher scores on their surveys were also correlated with greater biological changes after the retreat, including greater integration of brain activity across different regions. In other words, the more connected the brain is, the greater likelihood of a mystical experience.
Okay, mystical. The findings suggest that intensive meditation can trigger very similar brain activity to that which has been previously documented with psychedelic substances. Okay, now we're getting down to the meat of it here now.
The study results provide a biological framework. So it's a bunch of hippies, 20 hippies. Okay. The study results provide a biological framework for understanding how long drug mind-body interventions can support health and well-being. By enhancing neuroplasticity and activating the immune system, these practices could help promote mental health, emotional regulation, and stress resilience. Additionally, the activation of endogenous opioid pathways suggests that this combination of mind-body practices may also be useful for chronic pain management.
I wonder why they could only get 20 people to be involved in this retreat.
They probably had to choose 20. Maybe there was only 20 seats in the classroom.
While the retreat's effects were measured in healthy adults, the researchers emphasized that controlled trials in patient populations are still needed to determine specific clinical benefits and applications. They are particularly interested in whether mind-body retreats could benefit people with chronic pain, mood disorders, or immune-related conditions.
Looking ahead, the research team plans to investigate how each individual component of the retreat, meditation, reconceptualization, and open-label placebo healing, works alone and in combination. Additionally, future studies will investigate the duration of these biological changes and whether repeated interventions can enhance or sustain their effects.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took. Was it a week-long or a 2-week-long thing?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if these people were able to remember what they did or what they
I wonder if they would put Tai Chi with this too, because Tai Chi is supposed to be relaxing and, meditative,
yeah,
so to speak.
Yoga, right?
Yoga.
Yeah. Downward dog.
Upward dog, yeah.
Upward dog, whatever it is. I don't know.
Apollo, the archer, whatever.
Okay. Another feel-good story.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We hope that you learned something today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.